What's up, everybody? Today I'm going to talk to you about how to set custom rules and special salary rules in the new Occupy Fantasy lineup builder. Custom rules are an absolute game changer, especially in high risk contests. They separate you from other sites that might give users a mathematically optimal lineup, but doesn't have the right lineup construction that we know is profitable. To use a custom rule, you're just going to click on Custom Rules in the Settings tab of the multi-builder. You'll see a display showing you the number of rules that you have active. It will update based on how many rules you add. To add a rule, click on the button and you'll see the menu. The first step you're going to do, give your rule a name. I'm just going to walk through an example here that makes sense for a NFL single game slate that I'm on. Max one trash plays, basically saying I don't want more than one player that is, a backup, low owned kind of garbagey player that might win me a lot of money, but probably will fail. For each rule, you can choose whether it's a min, max, or exactly. This is the number of the players in the rule. In this case, I'm doing a max one rule, so I'll pick max. One, you can set 0, 1, more than one, whatever you want. This menu has several options. There's some options that are always there for every slate: salary, ownership, projection, custom group, and then total lineup ownership. These are always there. And then specific sports have unique ones. Like NFL, you'll see underperforming wide receiver. MMA, you'll see KO or win percentage. NBA, you'll see minutes, and so forth. In this case, I'm going to do ownership. Trash plays are low owned. So players max one that are under ownership. Normally, you'll look at the slate and pick the right number for this specific slate, but I'll just use 5 for the sake of an example. And the last step is whether or not you want the rule to always apply or only apply on certain conditions. And those conditions can be any player in or not in the lineup, all of a group of players in or not in the lineup, or only when the lineup has above or below a certain salary. So in this case, this is an always rule. I'm done. I'm going to click save, and you'll see my rule populates. Now, if you want to delete the rule, you'll just click on the red X. If you want to edit it, you just click on this pencil and it will pop up in the menu. You can leave it the same or save it and it stays unchanged. If you want to build another rule that's almost like this one, you can click this copy button and you'll see it duplicate. Now, if you leave 2 duplicate rules there, it's not going to harm anything, but it just might make it a little tough for you to stay organized. But let's say you have a different rule and you want to do, I don't know, let's say semi-trash plays. There's like a next tier up of players that aren't quite as bad. You want to say max 2 under 15. Save it like this, and now you'll see one of them update, and there we go. You see this active checkbox is automatically checked whenever you create a rule. This is very valuable, especially if you have tons of rules and you're not getting the right number of lineups or you're not hitting all your exposure targets. You can temporarily turn a rule off or on just to see if that particular rule is what's causing your issues. There's another added feature here for certain contests, especially like NFL single game, where we have presets. And that's because we know with contests like NFL single game, we're heavily reliant on custom rules to try to win contests. So in here, you're going to see a large menu of different rules. You'll see stacking rules with quarterbacks or with kickers. You're going to see max players versus defense. You're going to see each position like quarterback, running back, receiver, etc., min, max, or exactly. You could create these all on your own, but these are designed to quickly fill out the rule for you. I'll give you an example. Let's say I don't want more than one Tampa Bay running back on this slate because they're an underdog, and odds are they're probably not going to have 2 running backs that are optimal. All I have to do, I'm just going to search for running back, Tampa Bay max, RB, and now everything is filled out. I don't have to go in this menu and search through all the players. All I have to do is click save, and you're done. You can do this for any number of rules that you want. There is no limit. Of course, it is just on you to make sure that you're not setting rules that don't make sense and will cause your builds to fail. The last thing I just didn't touch on, you saw it there for a second, there is a custom group option. So if the player group that you want doesn't fit into any of these categories, you just click on custom group And you get a list of every single player on the slate, and you could pick as many of them as you want. And just for organization purposes, the players will show up in this list here. If you want to remove someone, you can go in the list and uncheck them, or you can just click on this X to be fast. When you do the conditional rules, you're going to see the exact same type of box pop up. So if I did a when any player in lineup, you'll see another box here, same exact mechanism. If you want to do a total lineup one, you're going to see the box goes away and you're just going to set a value. You could say use a minimum or maximum of a certain percentage of total lineup ownership. And the conditional salary looks the same. If you click salary above or below, instead of this player box, you're just going to see a number box and you type in the salary that you want. When you're out of this menu, you'll be able to see, right, updates. Now I have 3 rules active. Finally, we're going to talk about special salary rules. These are something that you can essentially get to with a custom rule, but it's just another shortcut for you. And these are extremely useful in NFL single game. In fact, this is something that I have directly profited from many times. You would use these to control what the total salary range is based on certain players in the lineup. And there's 2 main ways you might use this. The first one is if you're going to use a captain or MVP that's very popular on a large high risk slate, you might want to ensure that that player leaves some salary in the lineup to ensure that it's unique. So if I played, Matthew Stafford, favored quarterback, very highly owned, I might go, let's say something like this, right? This is just arbitrary. But the point is, you can set this now. Whenever Matthew Stafford is in a lineup at quarterback, he is going to have this salary range in the lineup. The other obvious example of why to use this is trash players. I'm not really going to think too hard here, but let's just pick some backup down here. Let's say this guy's playing and has a chance to be optimal. In this case, I might set his very high like this, right? To make sure that I'm using all the salary in the lineup. Very low end player, don't need to get unique by leaving salary. And this just gives you a very quick way to do this. And if you want to exit these out, you just click on the trash can and they're gone. That'll do it for this video.